Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 9th. This week, really, I would say the focus is justice for you. You start off with the King of Spades, which is the card of justice, and justice coming in. I think I said this to you last week. I always think of the Spades court cards as being Scorpio in a lot of ways. They represent you, even though normally you'd be represented by like a Hearts card. Really, the Spades cards really represent like kind of the death and rebirth cycle that is Scorpio in a lot of ways. So, this is definitely you coming in position of power. But again, this is a card of justice. Any of you that feel like you've been, had some injustices done against you, which definitely has been, and there goes the card, but that's been a continuing thing for Scorpio. It's like injustice and things like that. Then definitely, you could experience some justice and better things coming back to you. Any of you involved in court cases, anything like that, you could experience some justice there. And it's also a very good card, the King of Spades, for just using your mind and being very witty and very quick. If you have any good ideas or any ideas in general this week, take advantage of those ideas. It could be very, very positive and really get you going somewhere. Next, you have the Four of Diamonds, which is a card of patience and being a little bit more patient with something. You're trying to work through something or do something. This can be a card of patience. It's all about building a foundation on something. Four of Diamonds represents the home, but this is about making sure you have a really strong foundation on something. So you could be like building something up. A lot of you could already be in this process of really building up a foundation on something, really building up a case. Even again, back to the justice thing, a lot of you could be building that up. On a side note, it's also a card of inheritance. So some of you might be receiving an inheritance or even selling a home or something like that. Could be a large chunk of money coming to you. On a more mundane level, it can just mean more money coming to you, finding a better job, finding a better fit of a job, and just finding something better that's just better for you in general. Next, you have the Six of Spades. Interesting card. A lot of you could be experiencing some very faded type situations, I would say this month in general, where like a lot of things are coming back to you or a lot of things are coming to you, and it's almost like fate. Like you have no control over it. It's like the universe wants it. I'm getting definitely, especially in relationships as well, a lot of you could be having some sort of like faded type situations around relationships where maybe you just bump into somebody and it starts a relationship, or you meet somebody, whatever, something like that. This is also a card of looking at yourself as well and figuring, like, especially if you're having any problems in your life, it's a card of like focusing on yourself and figuring out what you need to fix. On a side note, also, it's a card of momentum, building momentum, and moving forward. So it's a really good card for like carrying yourself forward and things. And it's followed up by the Six of Clubs, which is a very similar card. It's all about moving forward, growing, and trusting your intuition. Again, with that message about, kind of listening to yourself in a lot of ways and just trusting yourself and trusting what's right. So a lot of you could be, to be honest, with the Six of Clubs, a lot of you could have like family members and things like that who tell you you're crazy or, you shouldn't do something or whatever. But this is a card of not listening to anybody. It's a card of just listening to yourself and knowing that you know what's right and kind of sticking to that. This could also be a business partnership coming in for some of you, and it could also be a lot of you like learning. There's a lot of potential learning for you as well here, like training, work training, and things like that to kind of like move you forward. And finally, you end with the Eight of Diamonds, which is a very good card. It's the card of the entrepreneur. So any of you that are entrepreneurs could experience an increase in finances this week with this card. Even if you're not, this can be a better finances card. It's also a great card to look at your finances. So for any of you that are even retired, it would be great to look at your finances under this card. I said it again, I think this came up for Pisces as well. I worked my way backwards this week, and I think I said to Pisces, I mean, this is like one of those cards where you examine your finances and you find out that you're paying for like 2 Netflix subscriptions or something like that. Sounds ridiculous, but you never know, and you could find something little that could like just increase your finances just by getting rid of it. So it's all about like looking at what you're spending money on and things like that. But it's also any of you that are in business or are doing anything involving the public or want to do something involving the public, this is also a very good card. So that was a lot in a short amount of time, I know, but you got a lot going on here. So it looks like a very exciting week. Definitely, even though there aren't any direct love cards, there's definitely love going on, so that's good. But thank you for watching and enjoy your week.